Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and today I have a bit of a different video for you because today I wanted to talk about all the palettes I'm thinking about picking as my pandit palette for 2022. So I'm definitely going to have another pandit palette in the next year because I do love this project and I really want to get through some of my palettes and I want to get some of them out of my collection by using them up. It's such a great feeling and I really want to do it again. So let me just show you all the palettes that I'm thinking about, and then please let me know down below in the comments what you think what would be the best pick for me, because I just can't decide at this moment. So let me just show them to you. So the first one I'm thinking about is from ColourPop. It's the Wild Nothing palette. This is one of my favorite palettes, but I have to be honest with myself. I don't use this a lot anymore. I do love it, and I have actually bought a backup of this palette because I thought I don't ever want to be without this palette. But I have to say, I now do own some more Natasha Denona palettes, and now I feel like as long as I have them in my collection, I don't need anything else. So I feel like I could use this one up and then still have the backup in my collection, and then I would have it for as long as I have it, just so I could live without it, I would say. But I love the packaging, I love the color story, I love all of the shades in here. So what really speaks for this palette here is that I truly love all the eyeshadows in here and I like using all of them, because that's very rare in my collection. There are always some shades in a palette that I don't enjoy as the other ones, but in this palette really all of them work for me, and I think it's because this palette is a bit made for very fair people and I'm very fair, so it really works on my skin tone. And I love that there are two sparkly topper eyeshadows in here. I love using them. So there are a lot of shades in here where I feel like I could have very quick progress, and then the other ones, I feel like these are so neutral eyeshadows that I could use every day, so it would be an easy one, and then only one dark shade. So I feel like, yeah, this would be a great option. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you would like to see me pan this palette, because I mean, I would like to pan all of these palettes, so it's basically what you would like to see the most, because I would like to pan all of these, so I can't really decide. So I do have to know what you think. So this is the first contender. Then the next one I'm thinking about is the Blueberry Muffin palette by BH Cosmetics. And again, so what I've learned from the project in this year is that it's good if it's a palette that I do enjoy and I do like, because I don't want to hate pan for an entire year. But it's also good when it's a palette where I don't mind if I let it go by the end of the year. So that is not a palette that I feel like I have to have in my collection and I would repurchase it afterwards. So I think that's where I'm at with this palette. So I'm kind of over it, but I still like it. So I feel like it's exactly the sweet spot where it's good to have it in a pandit palette project. But with this one, the problem is that, there are 3 blues in here, and I don't really wear blue eyeshadow, matte blue eyeshadow, for example, because this one I feel like wouldn't be a problem, but these 3 here would be definitely a problem. And then I do have a lot of dark shades in here, and this one is a matte black with glitter in it. So this one is a shade that I would definitely not use in this palette. So I know that there would be at least one shade that I wouldn't use at all. And then this is a very warm toned brown. So I don't know. With the 3 blues in here, I'm a bit worried. So I'm really not sure. But I want to show you something else and then what I thought about this palette, because there is another palette that I thought about panning, and it's the Mini Retro palette from Natasha Denona. I do absolutely love this palette, and I feel like it would be so awesome to have this one as my pandit palette, but it has only 5 shades, so I feel like it would be a bit too, let's say, boring for the whole year. So I thought that maybe I could say that this one is the palette I want to use up completely in this year. And then this palette here is one where I want to use up some of the shades in here, and then I want to just hit pan in other shades. So I feel like the more difficult shades in here, I could maybe just hit pan in, and then I use up all the other shades that I know I can easily use up together with this palette. So this would be like 2 palettes. So I would, maybe the first goal with this one would be just to hit pan in all the shades, and with this one it would be to use it up completely, and then I go from there. So that's like, you know, one kind of idea that I've had. So let me know what you think about that. So it's the Mini Retro from Natasha Nona and the BH Blueberry Muffin palette, and I would have both of them in the project. So let me know what you think about that idea. Then I would also love to use up another Anastasia palette, because I've just had so much fun using my Norvina palette for the whole year, and I just love my Anastasia palette, so I think it would be very nice to use up another one of these. And I'm so sorry, but there are some spoilers for my Pandas eyeshadow series in here, but I want to show it to you. So you can see that I have hit pan in almost all of the shades in here. There are only 3 left that don't have pan in it, but the problem with this palette is a bit that it's very colorful. So this is not easy to use every day. Although, I mean, at least not the mattes in here, but the shimmers, I don't know, some of them I can really make work on an everyday basis, but others like this one here, this one, this one, this one, I don't know, I cannot use them every day. But I don't know with this palette. I mean, I would love to use it up, but I do also love to have it in my collection. So maybe I just want to hit pan in the other 3 shades in here and not have it as a panned palette. With this one, I'm really struggling. I wanted to, it was also a contender for last year, so I don't know. Maybe I should have it as a panned palette in one year, but maybe it's not this year. I don't know. I like having it in my collection, but I feel like as soon as I have used up these 2 shades here, I don't want to reach for it anymore, because these are my 2 favorite shades, and if they're not in there anymore, I don't know how much use I will get out of this palette anymore. But I mean, for now I do have enough of these shades left here, so yeah, I just don't know with this one. Let me know down below. I feel like a truly colorful palette would be maybe too difficult. So yeah, maybe that's not the best one, but let me know what you think about it. And then the last palette I'm thinking about is the Sultry palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and you have seen it before a lot of times. So this is a truly neutral palette, and if you ask me, it's half cool toned, half warm toned, which, you know, I'm a bit struggling with warm toned eyeshadows. So I feel like with this one, I would have to maybe franken some eyeshadows in here to make them work for me, because what I've learned with the Norvina palette is that the warm eyeshadows in there, they really, I don't know, they kept lingering on in the palette, and I never wanted to use them. So I don't want to force myself to use eyeshadow that I don't like. So I'm not going to do that again. So I feel like if there's an eyeshadow in the panned palette that I want to have, I will just franken it into another shade. So I know that if you mix shades like these two with a black, there is a black in here, and a dark brown, you can get something more cool toned out of it. So I feel like that's what I would do with this palette. So I would franken some of these shades, this one as well, and then it would be a lot easier to use it as a panned palette. So I feel like that would be a great option for this palette. So I feel like that this palette would be kind of the best option. And I just don't know if it's too boring for you to watch me pan another Anastasia palette and also another more neutral palette. So let me know down below. I would love to have this as my panned palette, but I would also love the other one. So I don't prefer anything, but I feel like this one would be like, I don't know, it would be a fun one, definitely, because I could also show you how to franken these eyeshadows and how to create a more, I don't know, an even more cool toned color story in here, and then just use that one up. So yeah, let me know down below what you think. These are all the palettes that I'm thinking about. Just let me know what you would be the most interested in seeing on my channel, because I mean, I also do these videos not only for me but also for you, so I feel like we could maybe decide together on this big project on my channel. So I feel like, I mean, it's a palette that would, you know, be on my channel every month, so it should be something that you're also interested in. So let me know what you would like to see the most. Maybe I will also do a little survey on my community page, but that sometimes means that there are people participating that not really watch my videos. So I feel like it would be better if you just comment under this video and let me know what you would like to see, and then maybe heart the other comments that have the pals in them that you would like to see, and then I can just count that. So yeah, just let me know under this video, and then I will decide, and then you will see it at the beginning of January. I will post my new intro. So thank you all so much for watching. I wish you all a beautiful day.